and welcome to the Navigate series, a series that is dedicated to talking about adulting, because we're all going through struggles and no one seems to know how to get out of it, but at least our conversations will show that you're not alone. So I'm here with my two friends, Fifi,
Tof and Fifi.
and we are going to be talking about the topic of living at home.
I see through you, all the pain you've been through.
So, my first question is, when I say living at home, what first thing words come to your head?
Okay. I think I've got them. I'd say struggle, love, and conflict. I'd say those three.
Struggle, love, and conflict. Taking them three words.
That's the best way. That's honestly the best way to put it.
Struggle, love, and conflict.
And controversy of identity.
That's not three words.
No, but that's
of identity. Okay, is it just controversy of identity?
Yeah, because
What do you mean by that?
Cool.
Because you've just come back from 3/4 years of uni. You've now built your own identity, your own independence. You now come home with the same confidence, and it's no longer good. It's no longer going to be accepted or even tolerated unless there's a conflict.
I'd say struggle, food. Struggle, food, and
Is there?
That's
right.
tension. Okay, struggle,
Tension.
tension.
That's a good one.
Struggle in regards to the fact that you came from freedom, you're coming back to your house with no authority, and your parents came to remind you who you are, whose child you are, what place you are in the house, and the rules that they're imposing did not apply to you years ago. So why is it applying now? And then free food, man. That's me. I'm enjoying
free food that you have to cook yourself.
No.
Okay, maybe mom.
No. I've come home and I've been eating. I've actually been eating. I've been eating.
I've been eating well. There's food at home that is uncooked, and I feel like my mum does that simply because I still need to remember who I am, and that my independence is something that should be driven in the household.
I think my mum just does it because she's just like, you're grown, I can't be expecting you to cook for you.
I feel like mine's the same.
And then my mum will cook for my dad and my sister, and then Adessy.
No, mine's similar because I don't similar house, so my mum doesn't really cook too much. The ingredients are there, and so I take it beside my dad. Everyone has to take it of my dad.
Really?
That's not possible.
Really?
If you're cooking, that has to be included.
If I even cook in the house, my mum will say her food is better. So what do I do? Everything she compares back to her own cooking. So I'm tired. I can't wait. It's very
nice to
nice.
start somewhere.
I feel like my food is nice. It's just she doesn't like it.
Okay.
Not that she doesn't like it. You know what? If this is what you want to do, if you want to be doing on ticket, you will fight. You know what? I can actually, because everyone out here, don't be thinking I can't. I could cook, you know. Believe. Next question.
I see through you. I see through. I see through you. I see through you. I see through you.
Okay, my next question is have you ever thought of moving out?
Every day. Every day. And I love my family, I really do, but every day I think about living.
Really?
Every day. For different reasons each day. Some days it's more about freedom, sometimes it's expectations of myself. It's very easy to compare where we are now to where we believe our parents were at our age. And it's a different scenario completely, it's a different time. For some people it's a different country entirely. So it came with different rules. And it's very difficult to be like, oh, my dad was out the house, had his own place, was sending money to his family, etc., taking care of his grandparents, and me, I'm in my childhood room. It's kind of hard to disassociate those two things and give yourself that kind of perspective. So that's one reason, but another one is that sometimes they're just bugging. I'm like, I've had enough.
Do you know what?
I've had enough.
What made me picked up me is because one time he tweeted that's it.
That day, 5 people haven't talked to in years came out like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
But do you know what you said? I feel like that's a very like male perspective in regards to like the whole concept of being a provider, having money and doing this and doing that. Girls don't think like that. Like if anything, I would like to move out because of my own space, not because of I feel like I should have done more by now. What about you?
I can't afford it, so I'm not thinking about it.
I actually started looking.
I'm thinking about ways, the reason, and at the end of the day, you guys have graduated.
True.
I still have a year of university left, so if anything, I'm thinking about once I graduate, even to this point now, maybe I should, my thought is like, okay, maybe I should stay at home, move to another uni, do my final year in London, and then collect all the student loan and maybe get a mortgage.
Whoa. That's it then.
Because it's a big step, and if you think about it, that's me being wise with my money. But
see, being at home and having felt the way I felt, especially when I tweeted that, kind of makes you think differently.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you're right. It's very mature of you to have saved as much as you'd save to get a mortgage, but at the same time, if you cannot have the pressure of food, bills, rent. Or even mortgage payments, if you're that good, then is it not mature to save even further? To make sure you can do it in comfort, not just do it in like struggle. Do you get what I mean?
yeah.
This is an interlude. Stop watching. This is a part where we are doing GPS. And do you know what GPS stands for? Grow People's Struggles. No. Grow People's Struggles. And here's where we take tweets, Instagram comments, anything related to adulting. Yeah, look at it. When we take grow people's struggles and we read them out and see if we can relate to them or not. So, grab one. Charlie?
Adulting is hard though. I'm planning. Expenses will just hit you out of nowhere. Travel alone is the most expensive expense for a student. Yeah.
I think it's for everyone, man.
No, when you're working, it's okay.
It's not. My train ticket per year is 4K.
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 4,000.
Yes. My one is the hardest part about adulting is finding time to work and balance your personal life. Mate, it's the struggle we all face. I feel like during the week I'm the worst friend ever. I don't really reach out. I try to. If I've called you, it's because I'm probably thinking about you, but I really struggle to. Yeah, you get the call.
You're not alone.
It's a struggle.
Mine is very relatable. It's trying not to compare yourself to others doing bits at your age. Yeah, that's
I think
the
we should
hardest. That's
just
the
give it
hardest one.
Mate.
Like, the person who tweeted this, I think we all can relate to. It's everyone's on a different path, though. And you have to remember that like, yours is not the same as the person next to you, regardless of how much you may feel like you come from the same place or you should be at their level.
Social media is not real. Social media is not real life. They're lying. They're only showing the highlight. They're not showing the reality.
I see through you.
So how do you define the process of like adjusting back from uni? Like what's everyone's situation? So for me, I just graduated 6 months ago.
Okay, so I graduated last year, so 2 years ago now, 2017.
Wow.
2017 I graduated.
And I'm in a place of here.
So it will come back.
Yeah.
And how would I describe it? It was steady. It was very steady transition because, like you said, you have all the freedom in the world, and then suddenly it's as if they forget that you were away and you were living on your own, cooking for yourself, managing your time, managing your relationships, your workloads. They forget each and every single one of these things and like, oh, you're 15 again. Like you just gone away for 4 years and now you're still 15. But it's an adjustment for them as well. So it took a while.
That's really true.
It took a long time.
It's
A bit too long. Because when I first came back, it was carnage, man. Like everything was a fight. Everything. I remember one time, okay, so oh, my stories. Okay, so I graduated and then I didn't work immediately, so I took a gap year, and I was in the house, and I could, you know, we talk about tension. I could could feel it. Because my dad's always in the house as well, so like he's downstairs, I'm upstairs. In my room, I could feel it. It's like he was looking at me. Like, looking at me the whole time. So, one time I remember, I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm going to go out. He's like, you're not going anywhere. I was like, I'm just going to go see, I think I was even going to go see Miriam. I shouldn't say names, but anyway. I'm going to go see Miriam. He's like, you're not going anywhere. I was like, what? And we had a guest in the house, and this guest is 2 years younger than me. Yeah? So I was like, okay, yeah, Dad, no problem, cool, I'm going to stay in the house. Texting my friend, like, yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere, I can't. My dad's bugging, it's cool. So the friend Ben's like, yeah, uncle, I'm going to go out. He said, alright, yeah, see you later. So that day we fought. Yeah, we fought that day.
Wow.
We fought. But, like I said, man, it's a process.
I would say that it's the same, to be fair. Like, I found myself in a position where I had to kind of fight to be heard. And me, I don't mind having a little scuffle. A little, you know. I mean, like, honestly, I don't have a problem with like discussing how I feel and making sure that you understand, so you can now change the way you treat me and vice versa, how I treat you. So it's like an even playing field. But it took a while for my parents to get used to that whole concept of a child telling them how they feel and them having to adjust.
Them having to make sure, listen to the fact that it's valid.
Yeah.
Like, you have your own thought processes, you live life, you've lived on your own, you can't.
I know what I'm talking about. I know what I know. Like, exactly.
But I also think, to some extent, like, our parents are feeling a bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say insecure, but it's a situation where us growing up is a reflection of them growing up.
Yeah.
And they want to hold on to as much as they can while they can.
Yeah.
And every time we do a step towards freedom, they still want to feel like they're not that old. And their authority as a parent, or the fact that they used to be your sole form of protection, provider. Now you're doing it by yourself. It makes them feel some kind of way. Yeah.
And that's one thing I definitely realised as we've gotten better, is that my dad just wants to feel like, my dad in particular, but both parents just want to feel like they're needed.
Yeah.
And I still love them and depend on them.
Yeah.
So when you just move around too free, they're like, this guy, what happened? There's a diapers a second ago. So once you understand that, you have a little bit more, I don't know, lax for them. Like, alright, cool.
Yeah.
They come from a good place. But it doesn't stop it from being hard.
But then, like, there's definitely highs, like, where, like, just, because the other day we just played Monopoly as a family. I was like, this is good vibes. Like, I actually love you. And then there's other times I'm just like, you guys are bugging for no reason. I'm not involved and you're stressing me out. So I think it's just definitely like, and I think that's a family thing.
I feel like coming back home taught me what love was. I'm gonna go a little bit deep. The reason, and it taught me, like, when I get into that marriage stage, is the fact that I have to, once I fight with you, I still have to make sure the playing ground is good. So I have to now speak to you about it, and we need to discuss how we can move forward and then continue to love each other again, and then we'll fall again. And then it's like a pattern, and I always thought whenever you fight with somebody, like, it's over. Until I now came home this year, I was just like, it's actually a continuous thing. Love is something that is, you have to work on. And I said, that's why, this house, this whole year being in my house has been such a blessing and an eye opener, because I could never comprehend what love was until fighting. Like, there has to be some type of tension for me to understand the true meaning of love, and that's what happened now.
Yeah, I'd say that. Wow, that's very deep.
It's very deep.
Come on,
I told you.
Come on. I think, like, going on what Fifi said, like, your relationship with your parents changes, and it becomes, I think, in some ways it can become worse, but in other ways it's better because you see them from a more human side. I think we grow up thinking our parents are superhumans with no emotions, and then the older you get, the more vulnerable you recognise that they are.
It's a maturity thing. As in, a mature love is one, like you said, that you work through. And when you do mature, you start to give people that allowance. It's like, okay, my mom's having a bad day, or my dad's boss has been on him, or whatever it may be. Like, you start to realise that they have these same emotions that we have. At the same time, they have higher pressures. They have great expectations.
Mortgage.
Things that we think. Mortgage.
But yeah, we've spoken for quite a while now, and I think we've covered quite a lot about navigating living at home. Thank you for being on this show. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. You guys have good input, good conversations. So that's it for this week's episode of the Navigate series. You can follow Fifi and Tof Me on Instagram. I'll put it, in the wherever we put it, you see it. Make sure, well, not make sure. If you want to, please subscribe and like this video.
Make sure you do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to force people.
Content is
No, I'm telling you, you go and do it.
only spot for exclusive content. The best stuff.
The best.
You know.
The best.
Let's do it.
Well, you heard them say it. I didn't say it. Thank you. What I would like you to do is, if you know people who are going through struggles, like when Tof Me tweeted, "I'm done." That's when I saw that we're going through the same thing, and somebody else might be going through this. And they might need to hear this conversation. So share it with them. Share it with other people. And yeah, that's it. So thank you, and see you later.
I go through motions, we go through motions.